welcome to Alice Springs.
There are a number of ways you can get out to Central Australia, and the first one is you can catch the GAN to come up to Alice Springs, or you can be like me, drive a classic 1972 Volkswagen Kombi camper van.
One of the funniest aspects about driving a Kombi on a long distance journey, today I've actually copped a flogging with headwinds, but I've just been overtaken by a large Gilbert road train at the moment. So good morning and welcome to Eldunda Roadhouse. Also, it's the junction to Lassiter's Highway once again that takes you to Uluru. So, well, let's get the indicator happening and we'll get the Kombi refueled. Looks like the roadhouse is actually very busy. Well, good morning. This is the entrance into Kubapidi, still on the Stewart Highway, and it's just about 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm about to do a right-hand turn to get into the centre in that direction over there, so you can have an idea as to how the area looks. Well, g'day again, just having a quick look at the Kombi. This morning I've just arrived at the lookout for Mount Connor, so now that the Kombi's looking really good, perhaps you should take a quick look around. So when you arrive at this lookout, one of the first things that you're going to find is there's a water tank over there, and also there are toilets, and there's even a little barbecue area down here too. I've taken the left-hand turn now on Stewart Terrace in Alice Springs, and I thought I'd let you know that behind us there was some very nice park vans, and in this area next to me over here there's also a reptile centre in the background over there. But I must also tell you that as I've been driving around the town centre, everybody hasn't stopped looking at us driving the Kombi around. Well, today I grabbed the Kombi and I thought, while in Central Australia, I wanted to see what vibe we have, and I thought I'd come down to the southern suburbs, and I discovered that there is a Vietnamese restaurant over here, so you can have your dinner from 5 p.m. and like a lunch between 11 and 2 p.m. It's located in the southern suburbs of Alice Springs, and it's kind of like a semi-rural area out here. Well, g'day. One thing I want to let you guys know about being a VW owner is in the ownership, when you are taking off in your Kombi, like I've just driven to the North Territory, just be careful with those gear changes, eh? Like I've just done 1 to 2 gear change in my Kombi just very quickly, and just be wary, you don't really necessarily need to over rev the engine when you're driving your Kombi. I found that it's great protection both for your economy, and to that also the engine. If you want your engine to be well looked after and live a long happy life, for a further 20, 30,000, God knows more kilometres, be careful with your throws. So I'm in second gear now, and now I'm just putting the car straight into third gear. Alright, so just doing a self demonstration of what I do when I drive long distance in my Kombi. Always be prepared to pay a little bit extra for petrol while in Central Australia. Well, g'day guys. Last time I came to Alice Springs, I didn't have this opportunity to come up to see Alice Springs from Anzac Hill very well, so I thought this time I'll bring the Kombi up. It's perfect, awesome views of the town centre, and it offers great history about Anzac Day and various other events that have been held globally just ahead of us over here. So look, I've got the Kombi in first gear, and I'm taking a very walky kind of a like a drive up here to have a look at the magnificent township of Alice Springs, and you can clearly see already there's some stunning views of the town centre in that direction, and we've got lovely views down there of the McDonnell Ranges as well. So what we'll do, I'll leave the challenge of the driving aside for a minute, cut the video off, and let's go and check it out. Well, look, certainly when you're at Alice Springs, there is a lot to see and do. And the first thing you need to do is actually get yourself up here to Anzac Hill and have a look around and see what the Arunta people have done and what culture's all about in Alice Springs. So right down the very far distance over there, these are the McDonald Ranges, and that peak over there has an important significance to the Arunta people, who are the original ancestors of Central Australia. Now see down the far distance over there, that is a natural formation of the McDonald Ranges known as the Heavy Tree Gap. Well, g'day, as you all probably know, I do a lot of long distance trips in my Kombis. And one of the first things I like to always do is make sure that I'm mechanically sound before I go. So one of the first things I like to do is have a look at the engine in mine, and we're going to look at that right now. And I like to just take a good look around, I guess, to see how things are looking. Okay, so I mentioned that we need to have a bit of a look around. Now, what I'm talking about here when we're saying look around is not necessarily to see how clean the engine bay is, but we also like to make sure that the fuel lines are looking in really, really good condition, and the overall sound of the engine, make sure that there's no oil leaks. This is Gap Road in Alice Springs, and it looks quite interesting to see a beautiful town like this in such a well-kept street in the area. So very nice to know. It has a lot of hotels and motels in the area too. Well guys, last time I was in Alice Springs I didn't have the opportunity to take some video of the busy part of the town in the evening. So I chose Barrow Drive today, and I thought I'd jump in the Kombi and have a bit of a look around and see what things are like in the social scene. So just looking around here, the Juicy Rump Steakhouse is quite busy. And right in front of me I've also got the McDonald Ranges, and this is Mount Johns, you know, so I'll take a right hand turn here and we'll cross the Todd River, which is on my right hand side. I'm on the Stewart Highway, and the highways are just endless here. So what I also wanted to say is I'm on an incline here driving the Kombi, and I've decided to stick to about 2,500 revs, and inside the cabin I also have a temperature gauge, and we're sitting on about a little bit less rather than 100 degrees. Okay, so in order to do this, it's no point really trumping your foot right down, and you can see that I'm in miles here too, by the way. I'm doing around about 85-90 kilometers per hour to get through this long piece of highway. But the experience really is the surrounds as well, and you might just sit back and enjoy it while you really can. And I wanted to finally say, like, if you want your engine to live a long, happy, healthy life, just drive it properly and you'll get a lot of mileage out of it. This is the Stewart Highway heading towards Territorian and Tennant Creek. One of the challenges that I regularly face is we have to get off the highway, and we like to give way to oversized vehicles like. Okay, welcome back. Still on the Stewart Highway, and this is the settlement of Barrow Creek. I think what I'll do, I'll continue on from Barrow Creek and go somewhere else. They seem like it's very cattle station focused and orientated, but yeah, I kind of like think it's just a very old-fashioned, old-styled type of a settlement there. Now, a couple of points here. With the Kombi today, it's been sitting at about 100 to 110 degrees, and it's about a 28-29 degree day at the moment. Picking up more speed again until we get it to about 9. Welcome to Bonniewell rest area. This is a 24-hour rest area. It's allowed to have travellers camp overnight for 24 hours. So we're located in the Northern Territory, about 110 kilometres outside of Tennant Creek and about 220 kilometres north of T3. So last night when I arrived over here, it was actually jam-packed. There was caravanners, travellers, self-contained vehicles just about everywhere. But very quickly this morning I wanted to let you guys know the experience that you guys are going to have when you come out to this particular free camping site, and it's also available on Camper Mode as well. So this is me in the Kombi just over here, and let's perhaps have a quick look around. So we'll start by having a look at the benches in front of us over here. You can expect to see barbecues. Okay, you're going to expect to see sealed areas, rubbish bins. You'll expect to see water tanks. It's kind of dry today too. Also, it's nearly 29 degrees and quite windy. You'll also expect to see a windmill down the far distance over there in the far distance. I would also like to let you guys know that the National Railway line from Adelaide to Darwin is over there. Okay, firewood for barbecue use only over that way, but it might be a good idea to also bring your own firewood, because every time you go down there there's never ever any wood left. Hey guys, welcome to the outer Barrow Creek region. We're in Central Australia in fact, and I thought I'd take a short break, so what better way to do so in my Kombi. Pull the kitchen out. I've got a swing out kitchen, stop and make some coffee, which is just so important for these long distance trips. So I've already poured you know, the milk and the coffee, and one thermos, one cup over there. I think we've got something over here. Just had a guy here stop to ask if I was okay. Have a look at how many cars he's got on his truck. You don't get this very often. Okay, this morning's experience on the Tennant track going towards Western Australia. If you just take a look around on my screen here, I want to let you know that you're going to see a lot of mulga. I'm in my Kombi at the moment, just driving slowly on the detour. So there is a road that leaves the highway that allows you to have a close look at them. And in addition to all of that, when you're in the area, a little bit further ahead of us, you know, if you'd like to camp here overnight, you're quite welcome to do so. What I wanted to do is share with everybody the experience that you're going to have coming up here north of Alice Springs. General view of Tennant Creek. This is what Tennant Creek looks like in the Northern Territory. It's quite a large town actually, a little bit bigger than what I thought. And it looks quite interesting, you know, considering it's 500 kilometres north of Alice Springs. So what I'm going to do is drive straight out of the town centre and head on to Three Ways from here and have a look around over that way. Well, good morning. This is Bon Bon roadside stop on the Stewart Highway, about 80 kilometres south of Glendambo. A lot of caravanners and motorists were here last night, including myself. So the facilities were good here. It was nice and peaceful. It's just right next to the Stewart Highway though.
You and me, perfect strangers, but really not at the same time. Nothing can come between us. You and me, we're staying alive.